this is Kim with Mom's Creative Moments. Welcome back to my channel. Today we're going to continue our adventures at Disneyland with a layout from Disney California that I hope that you'll like, and it's mostly Avengers with a little bit of, or mostly Spider-Man with a little bit of Avengers, something like that. Anyway, it's going to be fun. Let's check it out. All right, so I know this is fun and exciting, right? A big 12-inch square of white, but I just thought I would share with you. I just got back from being on vacation for a little bit, and I know, please tell me I'm not the only person out there who takes scrapbooking on their vacation. I had a reunion with some delightful friends in California, some old friends that I've known for 35 years, and I taught them all how to make some really cute cards, and we donated all the cards to a Masonic home, and they had a lot of fun doing the Creative Memories card kits, and then I came home and I participated in a virtual event that's done by the CM Sisters, and I'm not going to show you the layouts that I did because I can't, but they're all really, really cute, and if you have the opportunity to participate in a virtual event, I highly recommend it. I got all of this done just in one Friday evening and Saturday, all of these pages, and they're all completed layouts ready for pictures. So really, really fun time, and I appreciate those ladies so much. They put a lot of hard work into that and into planning all of those projects, and we just really had fun. Anyway, I just wanted to share that with you, and next time that they are doing an event will be in December, the very, very first weekend of December. So if you look up CM Sisters on Facebook, you might be able to participate too. It's super fun. I also wanted to show you, and I'm going to cut to a picture of, well, actually no, I'm just going to turn around and show you the amazing amount of layouts that I have done over the last 2 weeks. These are completed layouts with pictures ready to go in my album. Some of them are on pages, some of them still need to be put on pages, but these are completed layouts with the exception of these 2 bags. Ready to go in my family album. And this is what I worked on for 2 weeks, except for during those couple of days I was at that reunion. So I don't know, I was just proud of it. I think it's I did a lot, and part of the reason I got so much done, let me just share also, is because I participated in a layout a day program with an advisor, my upline, actually, she's a good friend. And by doing a layout a day in the month of July, I was able to accomplish a lot. So if that's something you are interested in having me do, would you put a comment and leave a comment for me and let me know? Because I've been considering it for a while, but I just never have done that. But if you're interested in doing kind of a layout a day thing for, you know, one of the summer months, I may consider doing that next year. It'll take some planning, but I will see about doing that if you're interested. So just let me know, okay? And if you are new to my channel, please make sure you hit that subscribe button and make sure that you turn on your notifications so you don't miss any videos from me. Because I do post every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday, and sometimes a little bit here and there in between. So anyway, let's get on with it, okay? This is, you'll remember, the last page, the right-hand side of the 2-page layout that we did for my Disney album, and we are today going to work on some stuff that we saw in the Avenger area of Disney California, and I was trying to rack my brain of what should I use to create this layout, and I decided on doing using my patriotic paper because, you know, the Avengers are kind of related to that, right? So I just decided that that would be fun. So I pulled out United We Stand. This is a paper pack from 2021, and I still had a couple of pieces left of it. So we're going to use, you know, some of them. One of them is a full-size sheet. I think the others are. Oh no, I have 2 full-size sheets, and the others are just what I have left. And so we're going to combine those and create a really cute layout today. And the layout that I'm going to be doing for you is loosely based on a layout that I saw done by a close to my heart advisor. I'm also going to use these cute 12 by 12 inch spider stickers, border stickers that come in the Happy Hauntings pack because Spider-Man. Right? Okay, so those are going to sit up here so I don't forget about them because I don't really want to forget about them. And I also had some extra punched spider webs. I used the CM punch. You can see I was a little off with this one, but used the CM spider web punch that looks like this to create these spider webs. And I just happen to still have them in my drawer or in my with my papers, so I decided, you know what, I'm gonna pull those out and maybe use those a little bit here and there on the page as well. So we'll set those aside. Then I also had a couple of these banner pieces from the banner flag punch. So if you are new to CM, you might not be familiar with this one, but this is another banner, another decorative punch that you can make a banner that will go all the way across your page if you want to. And these are just some remnants that I had kept from another page I did, so we'll try to incorporate those. And I have the flag banner paper, and I have the stars, and I have a blue plaid, which is really cute, and a red chevron. So we're going to use all of those and get as many of these pictures on this 2-page spread as we can, because I really don't want to have another 2-page spread just for Spider-Man. I know I'm funny that way, but I just don't feel like it's necessary when I know I'm already into my second album for this. So what we're gonna do is I'm gonna grab my trimmer and I'm gonna show you how we're gonna do this. So this piece, this red chevron piece, we are going to cut at 2 inches. So we're going to cut a 2-inch by 12-inch piece off of this. This is going to become a banner. And we're going to put a notch in both ends of that, but for now I'm just going to set it up there. This is going to mat some of our photos, so I'm going to set that up here with the pictures so we can get to that in a minute. This piece with the stars on it is going to be the star of a portion of the layout, and so we're going to cut, I'm going to cut, let's see, I need 2 pieces that are 10 3/4 inches by about 4.5. So this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to just cut off 4 3/4 inches so that I don't cut my whole 12-inch piece. There we go. I flipped my mat strip over, and ever since then I keep forgetting I have to put a little more pressure. So bear with me there. Okay, so first of all, we want one that is going to be 3 inches. So I'm going to cut 3 inches off of this piece. Well, no, you know what? First of all, I'm just going to cut this down to 10 3/4 inches. So we're going to go 10 3/4. And then set that aside. We're not going to use it probably, but you never know. Okay, and then we're going to cut 3 inches off of this. Okay, so there's our 3-inch piece. And then we're going to cut, we need a 1 5/8 piece, which is going to be right there. 1 5/8, about right there. So I'm just going to trim off that little bit extra. I hope you don't mind that I shared all that extra stuff with you at the beginning of this video. I'm excited at how much I've been able to accomplish this month, and I want you to know that it is possible to be able to get that much done. It's super fun. Okay, so now I'm going to cut a 4-inch piece of the star paper. And we're going to go 4 by 4.5. All right, and so these other pieces I'm going to set aside. I don't think we're going to need those. Okay, and then we're going to cut another 3-inch piece. And because these banners are directional for sure, we want to make sure if you're using a directional piece of paper for this particular piece, you want to be sure that it is straight up and down, because this is going to be a vertical piece. So I'm going to cut this at 3 inches. 3 inches, there we go. Sometimes I would swear the lines on this are crooked. Either the paper, it's either the paper or it's me. Maybe it's me, I don't know. Okay, so then I'm gonna turn it and cut it at 10 3/4 again. So 10 3/4. And then, let's see, we got our ribbon cut. Okay, we're gonna trim some pictures, but we're gonna get there in a minute. So, I'm gonna just set my trimmer to the side over here for a minute. And we're going to assemble this a little bit at a time. Okay, so I'm going to take this piece right here, grab my adhesive. This is, you'll remember, this is the 1 5/8 by 10 3/4 piece. Look at that lovely red. So pretty. But I need something a little less in your face. Actually, the red probably would have been appropriate with Spider-Man. Oh well, my bad. Okay, so I'm going to, whoops, I turned my page, so this is the side of, so here's my page, here's my hinges. I'm putting this strip along the right-hand side, and I'm just centering it so that I'll have roughly 5/8 of an inch on the top and the bottom of my page. Okay, so there's that piece. Okay, then we're going to take this piece, which is the same paper. This is the 3-inch by 10 3/4 piece. And we're going to do the same thing. We're going to put that paper in the same area, centered. And if you want to know for sure that your paper is right in the middle, I suggest that you use a grid like I've got on my desktop. And then you can make sure by looking at your measurements on your grid, you can make sure that the paper is centered. All right, I think that's about good. And of course I moved it. That's so weird. I keep feeling like it optically it's not. Okay, well, I'm gonna tentatively set it down there and we'll see. We'll know because the pictures will not line up if, oh, you know what? Oh gosh, guys, I have been on vacation, right? This doesn't go on this page. This goes on this page. All right, it's all coming clear to me now. I'm so sorry. Okay, so what I'm going to do is just line up my pages like this. That way I can make sure I put this in the same place. All right. So right up against that center jeeping on the left-hand page is that. So this is what we've got so far, okay? All right, now what we're gonna do is this piece is gonna go on the far right-hand side over here. And we're gonna get some adhesive put on that. People upstairs are having a good time today. That's a good sign. Okay, so we're gonna do like that. I'm gonna grab my flag punch so I can cut the end of my flag very easily. I'm just gonna slide that right in there. Cut that. If you don't have a flag punch that cuts that handy end so easily, all you have to do is fold your paper corner to corner like that. Grab your scissors and cut from the outer corner towards the fold in about 1/2 inch, and you'll get a really nice flag. Since I cut the other side already, I'm going to keep that the same. So, all right. And this banner, I'm gonna grab my repositionable adhesive. This banner is going to go right up alongside our center piece right here. Okay, now what we're going to do is a little bit of a sidetrack, but because I'm putting some Avenger pictures on this side and I'm putting Spider-Man photos on this side pretty much, I wanted a way to kind of separate the theme without separating the theme. So I'm gonna just punch some with my Cityscape, and I'm gonna use the blue that's gonna frame my photos, gonna mat my photos, because I'm not matting all my photos, I'm just matting the 3 that are gonna go on this side. So I'm just going to use my Cityscape banner punch and border punch, and I'm going to it may take more than one of these. In fact, I'm pretty certain it will take more than one of these. So I'm going to go ahead and punch down both sides of these and then trim them off. And yes, we'll still have enough to be able to mat my 3 photos because they will be square, so no worries there. Okay, so there's my cityscapes. get rid of my punched. There we go. Okay. Now I'm going to take my trimmer and just go ahead and trim these off. And the way I tend to go about trimming when I'm trimming one of these is I find the lowest punched portion and I try my best to line that up on the right hand cutting line, the one that I'm not going to be cutting on, so that I have at least that 1/8 of an inch below the punched area to work with. Okay, so there's that one. If you want more room, you can certainly have as much room as you want when you do it. But just so you know, that's about where I'm cutting, where I'm trimming this for my purposes today. Okay, so I'm gonna go ahead, while I've got this in the trimmer, I'm gonna just go ahead and cut 3 mats with this beautiful blue plaid paper. So we're just gonna cut them at 4 inches by 4 inches. And I may need to cut them a little smaller, but for right now we're gonna go with 4 by 4, and then it's too easy to go ahead and cut them again if I need to. All right. Now my Cityscape, what I'm going to do is put some repositionable adhesive on the back. Well, that's kind of a cool side, isn't it? But I think it'd be too busy, we wouldn't see it. But it would look neat on the black and white. Look at that. That's kind of cool. I'll have to remember that for another day. Okay, so I'm just going to put some repositionable adhesive on this, and you'll notice if you've ever punched something with this punch before that it is a little bit delicate. So I try to put my adhesive on the tall pieces that are potentially going to be easily folded over, have difficulty caused with them. What I'm going to do is I'm going to put this punch, I'm going to put it across the bottom here. I'm going to leave just a little bit of this star paper, and it would have been probably easier to do this before I mounted it on, but I think we can do it this way. I'm just going to use my scissors. Hope you can see this. I'm just going to use my scissors and go ahead and cut it off. Okay, then I'm going to go up just a little bit. I have all these little tiny pieces that I thought I cleared off my page and I didn't. So I'm just going to go roughly the same distance each time I add this on. Choose a landmark. So I'm going by the tallest thing on the punch, which is this sort of Space Needle-ish looking building. And just going to go ahead and add this up the side of my layout. And this one's a little tedious because of those windows. There. Oh, a little short. So that's why I'm saying it would have been easier if I had done this before I mounted it on the paper. And maybe I'll just do 4. No, we should, if we're gonna do, we should do an odd number. So I'll do 1 more so that we have 5 pieces of the city. But that's all I'm going to do. I'm not going to do it all the way up the Yes, Emily, what can I do for you?
This is Gatorade so that you can have your headache go away.
Oh, isn't she sweet? Thank you.
Drink it all, please.
Oh, I can't drink it all right this second.
Oh. Well, drink some of it. I know. We ran out of Gatorade powder. I'll get more tomorrow.
Oi, what are you doing to me? All right. Okay, the 4.5 by 4 inch piece, we're gonna go ahead and add some adhesive to, and I'm going to add that down here. Let me just check the sketch that I'm looking at and see roughly. They left about 1 inch, so I'm going to leave about 1 inch too. And yeah, going all the way to the edge with it. All right, so now what we need to do is tend to our photos and trim them up so that they're the right size. So let me grab those and let me just take a look here. So these are Spider-Man, and these are the not so great pictures of the Avenger camp that I got. So basically I just want 4 pictures. These 2 are pretty boring, so I think we'll get rid of those. We'll do these 3. Let me grab my trimmer and we will, I think it's supposed to be Adventure Campus, but I didn't do a great job with this picture of the sign. So I'm just going to center this at about the 1 3/4 inch mark, between 1 3/4 and 2 inches. I want that to be my center, and I'm going to trim off the long ends. This is we're going to assume that our photos are going to be 4 inches as we do this. 4 inches, I'm sorry, that our mats are going to be 4 inches. So that's how I'm trimming this photo, is so that it will fit on the 4-inch mat that I created, like that. And then these pictures are going to go right down there. So we're going to cut. And when you do this, you just want to trim out, you want to trim around the focus in the photo. So if there's a main focus in the photo, that's the part you want to have centered when you are trimming. So like the people right here in the middle of the photo, I want them to be right here, right in the middle. If I had gotten a better picture where we could see the airplane on the top of the building, then I would have probably centered that a little bit differently, but because we didn't, there really isn't anything better to see. Which is why I'm doing this layout this way. All right, so then pictures for Spider-Man need to be 3.5 by 5 inches. And most of them are going to be horizontal. So let's see, I've got 1, 2, 3, and then I've got 1, 2, or well, we've got this one that I can cut down and actually make as an insert. So I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but this is kind of a duplicate photo. Or I could just use this one. Do 4. I think we'll do that. We'll do 4, and then I'll use these 2, and I'll show you how they're gonna go before I trim them. So actually, let me go ahead and trim these because I know these are gonna be put in there. I'm sorry. This is my headache vacation head. Okay, so we're doing 2 wide and 3 down. So 2 wide and 3 down. So that's going to be a little bit different than what I had envisioned, but I think we can still make it work with these particular photos. Okay. So before I trim these up, let me take care of these. I'm sorry to switch gears on you so much this time around. Sometimes this is how I have to work things through in my head. So I hope you don't mind it being a little bit, less planned out this time around. So I'm just adhering these photos onto the mats, and then we'll get them adhered to the layout. And I should be using my permanent adhesive and saving my repo adhesive. So what happens when I just grab the most convenient thing. Okay, so there's 1, and 2, and 3. All right, so which one do I want in the middle? I think I want the Avenger camp in the middle. Then I will work on placing the rest. If we put this one tipping this way, this one tipping this way, and this one tipping this way. Just line those up on top of each other best you can. If you can put them close enough together that you don't see the gap in the paper, then that's a good idea. That would have been my plan, but I was kind of guessing at measurements because I was sort of following another layout from someone else. So I wish I could tell you who it was, but it's a close to my heart person, so I don't have her name. All I know is that it was from their company. Okay, so if I was to do this again, this piece here I would make wider than 3 inches. I would make it more like a 5-inch, at least a 4-inch piece, so that it comes over a little farther underneath these photos. But I don't think it looks bad. It's just that's what I would have done to make it look a little more seamless. But what's done is done. Okay, so that page is done. Let's check out how to lay out these photos so that they make some kind of sense. Typically, the way that the original one was done, these would be cut at 3.5 by 5, and you would lay them with about 1/8 of an inch between, and they would be, you know, 2, 4, 6 photos. So a lot of photos on this page. But my photos are not going to line up that way, so we're going to trim these a little bit different. So I'm going to still go ahead and do the 3.5 by 5 so that at least one of my rows lines up. Let's cut. Let's cut from the other side. Three and a half, and then 5 would be there. And this one, we'll cut the boring building in half. We don't need to see that. And 3.5, let's see, 1/2 inch. We'll take from this side. You don't always have to take it all from one side or the other, but all right, so this is what I'm going to do. I'm going to cut this one down to the top of that blueprint. Then I'm going to turn it over and find the 3.5 mark and trim off the rest. Okay. And then we're going to do the same thing on this end. Thank you, honey. And 5. Okay. So this is the Spider-Man ride, if you're not familiar with that, from at Disney. And we're going to stack those, and I'm going to go right along the jeeping, but leaving about 1/8 of an inch in between and centered. And then so let's see, these other two I'm going to try to leave this way, but I'm just going to cut them down just a little bit. So instead of them being 6 inches high, they'll be 5 inches high. And I may recut that side piece. Yep, I think I'm going to recut that side piece. This one, I'm going to get my custom cutting system out and cut that as probably a circle or something. So let me grab my remnant of the star paper. And I may have just enough. Let's measure and see how wide a piece we need. So I need that to be 2 3/4. So I gave you the wrong measurements for that. I apologize, but we're going to cut another one so that it looks right. I'm going to do 2 3/4 by 10 3/4. And this piece will replace this piece. And I probably could do the same thing with the flag piece on this side, since I was not happy about how it was not quite wide enough. So we'll save that, maybe use it on another layout sometime. Stick it to a plastic bag or something to keep that adhesive from sticking to other things. Okay, just gonna turn this so I can center it again, best I can. Okay, then I'm gonna adhere these photos on. So that there's about 1/8 of an inch between them and the star paper. There ends up being about 1/4 of an inch between them and the end of the star paper down here. Like so. I'm going to do this center one. Like that. Okay. Have to try to figure out which way is up. That way is up. Okay. That's funny. Hard to tell. All right, so there's that. That looks much better, I think. All right, so now I'm going to actually take, no, I want to leave that there. Okay, so I'm going to take my repositionable adhesive and go ahead and add a spider web in here like so. I'm going to take these spider webs and we're going to do something fun with these. Hang on a second. Okay, so I'm going to cut down the center just below where I punched very carefully. And then we can use these spider webs to make them look like they're sort of hanging from the photos. All right, so I'm doing this because, you know, we don't have an Avenger paper pack, right? So, so this just made sense to me to go ahead and add my own spider webs, my own little embellishments. I'm going to take our spiders, and the spiders are going to go across the bottom and across the top. Just like that. All right, and I need my custom cutting system out, which I don't have it out right now. So let's see. I have it kind of tucked away. That round one would work. Let's go ahead and I'm just gonna cut this. I'm going to use, this is the largest circle in the circle collection of templates. I'm going to use my green blade and just going to put those feet right in the little ledge area, and there's my perfect circle. Love it. Okay, then we're going to, I'm going to go ahead and put, where's that other spider web? This one will be harder to see because it's going to be on the star paper, which is white, but it's okay. Just to embellish it just a little bit. So I'm just gonna stick that right in there. That was somebody's high score from the ride. Could have been mine, could have been one of the kids, I don't know. And we'll just kind of drape that across there. I don't think I'm going to worry about that one. All right, so let's see about this side. And we were going to put some of these banners, add some of these banners, I think, in. So we could go with this across here with the flag banner punch, and we could do the same thing right there and maybe just put the blue one in between. Or add the blue one down here. Maybe I'll add the blue one down here. And maybe not put this one on. And then I can write on this little bit down here. Do a little bit of journaling, or I could write it right here. For a title, or we could actually do something down the banner in the middle also, which would be cute. All right, what do you think? Sometimes it's hard when you're trying to put two different ideas together, but if you can carry similar themes through to both pages, it helps. This one's probably not my best where that's concerned, but you know, having the same paper in 3 different places definitely is a help in carrying that across. Yeah, anyways, I think it turned out fairly well, and I hope that you like it, and be sure you leave me a comment and let me know what you think, okay? Or if you have a suggestion for something maybe I could do differently, let me know. Thanks so much for joining me, and until next time, I hope you have many more creative moments. Have a great day now.